Have you ever dreamed of running your own business, running a marathon, or complete those books that you meant to be read that sits on your nightstand? Thank you, Toastmasters. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, I'm going to talk about hopes and dreams. Why is it important? This is an expanded version from my first speech in the Pathways Leadership. And I'm supposed to be taking in the stuff that I've been for the past year, what to improve, and add it into my speech. Your hopes and dreams can be for a short period of time or for a long period of time. It doesn't matter. You heard this right. What? Your hopes, your dreams, they can be short or they can be long. That's right, fellow Toastmasters. Our goals can be short or long. One of my goals is to read 4 books a month. It doesn't matter what books. One of them has to be professional leadership, professional development type of book. But the other 3 can be whatever. By January. How am I going to do this? I'm keeping track of all the books that I'm reading. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to hold myself accountable by posting it up on my blog, talking about it. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. I have a blog. And I'm going to mention a little bit about my blog later on today. Many of you have heard that in order to succeed in life, you need to know where you're going to go. How are you going to accomplish that? When I was just starting off, after graduating high school, I didn't know what to do. I like nature. I like hanging out with kids. I like being around the summer, just the fun things. But school was not easy. By far, not the easiest thing at all. I said, okay, I'm going to accomplish this thing that causes me the biggest and hardest thing is going to college. Not just a 2-year college. Why is that? Well, all my abilities, as you see, are hidden inside what some people call a DIS. And I need to prove to myself and to the world that I can attain that college 2-year degree at a university level. Guess what, folks? I said it. I proclaimed it. Sort of. It took me 5 years to do. But, you know what? I did it. Then I floated around for several years trying to figure out who I am. I had to go through some life experiences to realize, hey, I have some neat things in my life that I want to share to the rest of the world. How do I accomplish that? I had this nagging feeling that I connect with people who have the same abilities as me. I have a unique way of communicating with people. Maybe I should start writing them down and seeing what I can do. My first step was, I need to get over the fear of talking to people. It was really hard for me to talk to one-on-one or groups of 2 or 3, or even an audience like this. But I had that burning desire to speak in front of people. I guess I need to join Toastmasters. I love being around people, but I hated talking to people. Very oxymoron, I think. Well, but let's celebrate that. Let's make some memories about doing this journey. That's part 1 of this journey. I had to write it down. Do Toastmasters. First time that I stood up at the podium, I had my laptop popped open like this, and I was about ready to lift and launch that podium up because I was shaking so bad I couldn't stand. And then they told me, you got to move out of the way of the podium, Courtney, because you are very visual. But I don't want to. I'm having a meltdown, people. But guess what? Write my goals down again. I want to do this. I want to serve the community as a greater whole. I learned from a couple different books and people, and all saying that leaders, they read, they write down their stuff, and they execute it. They make a plan. One of the books that I read through my business partners, they said to read a book from Mark Batterson called The Draw the Circle. And in the thing, Mark wanted to have a coffee shop downtown Washington, D.C., not too far from the state capitol, okay? And he wanted to reach out to the people in that area. In order to do that, he had to draw a circle around it. He had to proclaim it. He had to name it. What does he want? Why does he want it? I'm claiming what I want. I want to speak truth to people with disabilities. Why? Because I have multiple disabilities. Like I said, mine are all hidden except for my hearing aids. You wouldn't even know that until I just mentioned it right now. Some of you have seen my tremors. Not all of you have seen that. Some of you have seen my ADD, ADHD. Guess what, people? I can relate to adults and I can relate to kids about those disabilities and abilities. I can relate to other people with different abilities. Why? My mom was a social worker with children with special needs. I've seen it every single day while growing up. I got to go to her clinics and stuff like that. Yep, I got to see that. So part one of my goal is to become a professional speaker, a motivator speaker that speaks into the lives of other people. You see this? It's called Excess Energy drinks. And this is one of many, many products in my business that I am part of. My business is going to help fund my career. Why? Because to become a motivated speaker, I need to have some cash. That cash flow that comes in. In my business, I also have what's called part of health and wellness to make people feel better about themselves. Now, my boyfriend, he takes a multi-supplement. He's been on it for a little over 10 days now, and he goes, honey, do you know that my energy level's been up? I can actually walk 10,000 steps. I said, awesome! You now get a Fitbit. I'm rewarding you because you're trying the products and you have a positive results. I'm excited for you, honey. Because I can see that your health is getting improving. So twofolds. Both Amway and Toastmasters is helping me become a better person to be able to attain my goal. Now, I'm still working on what my theater is going to look like. Because I am also very passionate, some of you know, I love musicals and I love going to see plays and comedy acts. That's just my favorite thing. That's another thing about my passion. Today I handed out a sheet of paper for your hopes and dreams. And I want you to look at it. I want to have you actually write down sometime today, what is your hopes? What is your dreams? Write it down. Claim it. Then there was and how am I going to get to that steps? Personally, for me, it's hitting the pavement every single day. Speaking to others, practicing that one-to-one conversations with people about disabilities, people in minorities. I just got recently a new job where the people I work with don't speak English very well. How do I communicate that? I was just heartbroken. Guess what? We can do gestures. Gestures are universal. And my ASL helps me. Lots. So I'm here to give you an encouragement to know how to do some things and get that ball started for your hopes and dreams. Thank you, Toastmaster.